guys, welcome to another Friday. It's a review today. Like I said last Friday, I wanted to review these new fine liners I got. They're budget fine liners. You find them on Amazon for only $6.99 for 10 of them, and these are pigment fine liners, which means they won't run out, or they're supposed not to run out if you put like watercolors on top, or if you kind of use markers on top. It's not gonna smudge and make a big mess like not most, but a lot of fine liners out there. So I got it because I want to participate on Inktober this year. I really enjoyed last year. However, last year I did it with digital art because it was something kind of new for me, so I wanted to practice it. But then this year I want to go back to kind of a traditional medium, and I was looking online for a fine liner that was waterproof because I wanted to kind of combine it with watercolors. So I was looking online on Amazon and I found these, and I like it because they were budget, so I was like, perfect for my channel. I tried to kind of review budget items because I don't know, because there's a lot of people out there that just want to start something new and don't want to spend a lot of money, or maybe you just a teenager or something, you don't have very much money. So I like reviewing budget items, and I found these. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Misulove. You guys can read it. So there's 10 of them. So you have a 0.5 millimeters, which is really tiny. Then you got 0.1 millimeters, a 0.2, a 0.3, a 0.4, a 0.5, a 0.6, a 0.8, and then you get two brush markers, which it's something new for me. I never used them before. I'm not that great on calligraphy, to be honest with you guys, but it had encouraged me to try it. So far, the box is tiny, the price is right. In the back we can see it says there's 10 of them. They're waterproof, bleed proof, fade resistant, no smears, feathers, and bleed through on most papers. So far I had only tried on watercolor paper, which is, you know, kind of easy not to bleed through because it's really thick, but I'm gonna swatch it with you guys on a regular printer paper in a minute. What else? It says the size. It says here fine liners for writing, sketching, drawing, you know, architecture, illustrators. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. And let's take a look inside. I already opened them and used them because I was planning to do this review actually for last Friday, but then I got busy and I didn't have time. And if you guys watch my last Friday video, well, I had some other issues, so if you want to know what happened, then you can go and look at that video. But for now, we're just gonna pull this out, and they're kind of regular size. They're like 5.5 inches long, and on the top here it says the size on all of them. So don't miss. Oh well, I guess you could mix them because it says the number here too, and it says pigment liner. It's water based, but they're water resistant, so I know for sure right now that they work with watercolors, but I'm gonna show you guys that right now too. So let's just swatch them. We're gonna start with the 0.05. Okay, so this is the 0.05. And then 0.1. They're a little kind of similar. And then the 0.2, you can tell a difference there. 0.3, which will be kind of like what most people would use, and 0.4, kind of like most illustrators or sketchers, or we usually use mostly the 0.3. But I think that's just kind of like your preference of what fits you, your style, and also your sketchbook, because obviously if you have a small sketchbook like mine is tiny, then you're gonna be using the smaller sizes first before using any of the big sizes. So which one was it? And then the brush pens, you get 2 of these in the set. So there is 8 fine liners and 2 brush pens. Well, don't mind me my calligraphy. Like I said, I'm not great at these. And this is not even calligraphy, this is just cursive. But anyways. Oh no, I got it on myself. Oh well. So that's how the brush pen looks. And if we compare it to like the little swatch they have here on the box, they're pretty close. Yeah, they're pretty close. So it's pretty accurate here, the little diagram they have here to show the sizes on it. So now I'm gonna show you what I did with them. As far as I've been into urban sketching, so I did these. This is the Julian Library. Julian is where I live. That's the little town I live in, California. And I did this one with number 0.1, and I used watercolors on it. So as you can see, it didn't smudge. It worked really good. And then I played a little bit with the calligraphy one here. You guys can see it. And over here. And it worked great. It doesn't look that great because I'm not good at calligraphy, not because the pen is not good. So as you guys can see, like in watercolor paper, you can't see it through. See, this is like the back of the library. This will be the back, and you can't see it through. So it's pretty good. Now I'm gonna do a little sketch with you guys so you guys can see it in action, and I'll be right back. So I'm back, and what I've done is I put my fine liners on my travel bag, and if you're interested on this travel bag, I offer in my store, and it's handmade. I make them. And if you want to see more about my travel bag, then you can look at my videos on my channel, and then you'll find it there. So now, going back to what we're doing here, we're gonna do a little sketch here, and I'm gonna use watercolors. Here, I'm gonna use watercolors, and I'm gonna use the fine liners, and we're gonna make a little orca. Well, why? Because I don't know, because they're cute and I just feel like making one. And this is my Artisa sketchbook, and this one is one of the really small ones. I have a review on my channel as well if you want to take a look at that. So, well, let's just make a quick sketch here of the orca. Had pulled out a reference picture. This is gonna be kind of like a not very realistic sketch. I've been into, since I'm using these fine liners, I've been into like urban sketching kind of style, so I've been kind of doing these quick sketches and then just splashing color on it. And I had really enjoyed actually when I started learning how to draw, which was the first thing I learned. I didn't learn how to paint until after I knew how to draw. Then this is the way I learn, you know. I just will pull out a piece of just regular printing paper and just kind of start painting things around me. And you know, they say life sketching is like the best way to kind of learn how to draw and learn your proportions and all that. So that's what I did back in the day. That was 19 something, 1998 probably. I was painting before that, but when I took it serious was kind of 1998 or something like that. So yeah, that was back then. I had a lot of fun. I have kind of social anxiety, so it's hard for me to just go out and sketch in front of people. So I didn't do much of plein air, but I will sit at home and, you know, just paint things at home, you know, like coffee mug or, you know, things like that, a violin, and sometimes just pictures from my drawing books that my mom bought me. She bought me a lot of drawing books, and she loved when I painted. She always encouraged me to keep doing it. She still encouraged me to keep doing it whenever I feel down, like on my paintings. She's like, no, you're really great. My husband too, he's really good at keeping me on track on these things. Okay, so her little eyes right there. How this eye looks like. Okay. This is the first time I actually paint an orca, so I'm not sure of her eye too much. Okay. That kind of looks like it. And I really enjoy doing like urban sketching kind of drawings because it's something quick and then you get this result really quick. And it has, I like to add kind of extra colors to it, even though if they're not even there, kind of, because it's kind of just a free, loose kind of way of sketching. So it's kind of realistic, it's kind of not realistic, it's kind of a mystery, so I like that part of it. And also I like that it's very practical because you just need a pen and you don't even have to use watercolors if you don't want, you know. I like watercolors, so I kind of use it, but you don't have to. You can just leave it like this and then that will be your sketch for the day. And I think it's really convenient for doing it for Inktober because, you know, it's Inktober, so you're using ink, but if you want to add some of the watercolors, if you're a watercolorist, or if you want to add some markers because you like markers. I personally do not like markers. I like the look of them and I really enjoy people doing their things with the markers. I think it's really cool. But whenever I use markers, they make this kind of sound that makes me really nervous and, you know, kind of like nails on the chalkboard feeling. It's horrible, so I can't use markers. Maybe I just need to use like more expensive markers or something, because last time I used markers was when I was in school, maybe middle school or something, and yeah, it was a long time ago. It was probably the cheapest ones, but I couldn't deal with the sound. So, okay, so now I'm done with my sketch. Now I'm gonna add color to it. And I'll be right back because I forgot my water. Okay, so now we're gonna add the color, and Well, orcas are black, so I'm gonna kind of use a light kind of grayish on her. And as you can see, here's where the test goes, that it's not bleeding. It's not smudging. The fine liners are working as they're supposed to. They're staying put. They're not getting lighter or anything. Sometimes some fine liners, they'll just get lighter, kind of like the pigment starts coming out. They don't smudge, but then the pigment starts coming out, and that kind of defeats the purpose a little bit. But these are working just great. They are not smudging. They're not getting faded. They're working great for me. Alright, now I want to add some color, because you might be saying, well, you're adding black, so how do we exactly know if it's bleeding or not? So I'm gonna add some purple, because why not? This is, like I said, it's kind of realistic, kind of not. So I'm gonna add some little bit of purple, because it's my favorite color, so why not? I'm gonna add some purple here on the white spots of the well, and kind of the shadow part of it. So you can see the black is not coming out fading or smudging. So if you're looking for a budget fine liner that is waterproof, I think this will be great for you. They work for me. I bought them especially for Inktober. Oh, I got a little red granulation there. These watercolors I'm using, by the way, are from Arteza as well. The book, the sketchbook, and the watercolors are from Arteza. And if you're wondering about the brush too, I have a review in my channel as well of these budget brushes. I bought them on Amazon as well. Alright, I think my well is looking pretty good. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna add some ocean behind it. Okay, now it's all dried out. Well, kind of. It's still a little wet, but we're gonna start with the ocean around it. And I like to use really vibrant colors when I do kind of this type of sketching, so I'm gonna go straight to a turquoise kind of color. And as you guys can see, the fine liners are just responding greatly to it. I haven't seen any smudging, and actually I wanted to see over here if I try to lift the watercolor like some of us do, if it will smudge for me moving it around, and actually it did not. As you guys can see here, the watercolor lift, but the fine liner stayed just the same. So that makes me really happy, because I feel like I'm gonna enjoy Inktober a lot this year. Last year it was a little challenging. I was not only doing it the first time ever Inktober, but also I picked something I was not familiar with at all, which was digital painting. And it was also challenging because at the moment I was working full-time. So this year I'm working part-time outside my home, and then I'm doing my store right now that it keeps me pretty busy. It's definitely a full-time job, but at least I'm at home, so it's more manageable, I think, to try to do Inktober this year. And also I'll be doing this kind of sketching, so I'm more comfortable with this kind of sketching. And like I said, I started my life as an artist doing this kind of sketching, so I think I'm gonna enjoy it more than I did last year. Okay guys, and I think that's it for this little while. So so far the fine liners, I really like them. They're doing what I wanted them to do, to work with watercolor and not smudge around, and I can just be free and let loose my watercolor all over the place without worrying it for it to smudge everywhere and ruin the whole sketchbook. And the price is right. Like I said, it's $6.99 on Amazon right now, and today is what day is today? It's Sunday, but it's September 15, 2019, and I really like these fine liners. I like the price. Of course, if you want something nicer because you're gonna sell your paintings, then you know there's always Winsor & Newton, Copic, those big brands. I'm sure they work the same. But if you're in a budget, or even better, but if you're in a budget, this $6.99 for 10 of them is a great investment for you. Or if you had never done this kind of art or anything related with ink, then this will be great for you to start with. And you just invest $7 on it and you're ready to go. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for being here with me and sharing this moment with me. And I hope this review helped you decide whether you want to get these. You saw them online, but it was too good to be true, and I brought them to you so you can see if it works, if it doesn't work, and then you can judge by yourself. And I'm just giving you my opinion here of what I think. By the way, this is not a sponsor by the company. It's just me buying budget things to show you guys how they work and how they don't work. And I'll see you next time.